It's a Boxing Day derby here at the Allen Event Center as the Dallas Sidekicks, 1-4, host the 1-2 Mesquite Outlaws. I'm Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. Glad you could be with us. Both of these teams played over the weekend. They both played Kansas City. Mesquite lost a heartbreaker, giving up a goal in the waning moments of regulation. Dallas coming off their first win of the season right now, brimming with confidence.
They are indeed. I mean, everything that the Mesquite Outlaws should have done to the Kansas City Comets, the Dallas Sidekicks did. I jokingly told head coach Simone Bozes, I think you out-coached Tattoo in the opposition game there, and he was thrilled to get that first win, Pete.
No doubt, and you had a chance to visit with Simone Bozes about that first meeting. And he feels like they did, in a lot of ways, dominate that first meeting at Mesquite, but they've got to eliminate mistakes.
Sure. No, so as I tell you in a couple of other interviews we did, my mind is if I can execute what I practice very well, I'm not very worried about anybody else. And so if we go even to the first game that unfortunately we lost, it were three of our mistakes and gave the game. We had, in my opinion, my humble opinion, we had more dominion of ball. We had control of the game. We just three mistakes, 3 goals. That's indoor soccer. And then now you have to adjust in teams that don't have experience like ours, because we're having our guys develop. They go a little bit into a panic mode, and so that doesn't help. And then the other team feeds off of that, which is what finished happening last game. But at the same time, if you can just minimize the mistakes, then at that point, then now it becomes a real game, right?
That 7-5 victory was the Outlaws' very first game. Back at the Mesquite Arena, they won it 7-5.
Well,
Tattoo is their head coach, and he talked about playing against the Sidekicks.
Well, it's just, it's a difficult game for us. It's on the road. We're not there yet. We're the new boys on the block. We're improving every game, and it's another test for us.
It's a really interesting dynamic with these two teams playing each other. As we talked about in that opening game, Matt, these two sides know each other extremely well. Even though Mesquite is an expansion team, in a lot of ways, Tattoo's kind of playing the underdog role, but he's got the more experienced team in a lot of ways.
He does indeed, but he's still got a ton of rookies too. I mean, if you look at the two teams, you think, there's a lot of veterans, but there's rookies across the board. You look at the goalkeeper for Mesquite, Eduardo Cortez, Rio Ramirez, Leandro Alves, Mitchell Cardenas, Brendan Lee, all rookies. So he told me in that Outlaws Kansas City Comets game, hey, man, I'm still teaching a lot of these guys the indoor game as well.
Meanwhile, you talk about goalkeeping. Juan Gamboa, the goalkeeper of the week in the MASL for his performance against Kansas City, and he was simply brilliant.
He was. I mean, the guy's amazing. His 100th game as a professional soccer player. Congratulations. He had those commemorative 100 Gold Meta gloves made up. I love them. They looked fantastic in that kit. And it's fun. He's a new dad. He's got twin baby and baby boy, baby girl. And I think he's just having as much fun as he's played. He loves playing in front of his kids, he told me.
The Sidekicks are the home team here tonight, but undoubtedly the Outlaws being so close by, they're going to have some fan support here tonight as well.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's got to feel weird for faces of the franchise like Jamie Lovegrove to come out to that monotone opposing club entrance that Robert does so well for the Dallas Sidekicks. So many great veteran players, and it's interesting. It'll be fascinating to see what the fans cheer for here tonight.
The Sidekicks had that great performance against Kansas City where they picked up their first win, and they did that despite the absence of Freddie Mugin, but he's back in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, he is. Freddie Mugin, great player, has done such a good job. We had him at halftime in that game coming off an injury. He said he feels much better today, but he's still a little bit dinged up. He's not 100%.
Simone Bozes talked about Freddie Mugin returning to the lineup tonight to face the Outlaws.
No, so Freddie is going to dress up. He's warming up right now to see if he can play. He's not at 100%, but he's always a big, a guy in the locker rooms to have. So we might just use him as a backup if needed. But right now, we have Cam and Felipe that are, at a high level performance, and they're going to start.
Talking about Cameron Brown, who had 2 goals in that win over Kansas City. He's got 5 goals to lead the Sidekicks.
Yeah, man, he was really, really outstanding against the Kansas City Comets. And he seemed calm. And I asked him, I said, what's the deal? Well, you seem less chinged up than you normally are. And he said, Matt, I just feel great. I feel good. I feel healthy. So he was very calm. We'll see how calm he's going to be tonight.
Jamie Lovegrove kicks off for the Outlaws. We're underway. The Outlaws wearing the road white. It's a short road trip. There's only 32 miles separating the 2 arenas.
Yeah, I mean, right across the way. No travel. You got to love that. You can get in your car and be in the opposing team.
Alegwe teeing up Lovegrove for the first shot of the game. It goes wide, and Brown has possession for Dallas and gets it to Aguayo, and he's playing a little bit nicked up.
Yeah, that's right. Aguayo wasn't even sure. They thought at the end of the Kansas City Comets game he had an MCL injury, but he's out there running around, and he looks good in the warm-ups.
Gamboa wearing the red and white strip kit.
He's got the candy striper on today.
Looks a little bit like Chivas.
Right? Or the SMU Mustang band.
Right.
Whichever. And here's a foul. I didn't see any. Mike Jones giving Aguayo a shot there. Oh, here's
Aligwe with a steal, gets across the line, tees it up. He's got Gamboa on the ground, and he scores.
Man. Vicmore Aligwe there, striking early. My goodness, that came off of, he just made that look so easy. A quick move to his right, beat his defender, and back of the net. Juan Gamboa, no chance to stop this ball.
Aligwe first making a good play just to win the ball, and then moved in, and a brilliant finish. The last time these 2 teams played, it was the Sidekicks who scored first. Cameron Brown got on the board, but here, Vicmore Aligwe gives the Outlaws the early lead.
Yeah, and he just took the ball right off of Alex Milano. Big mistake there by the veteran. Tough for the Dallas Sidekicks to start out 1 goal down.
The goal coming just over a minute into the game. So Vicmore Aligwe, who scored so many goals as a sidekick, scores against Dallas. And the Outlaws take the early lead here at the Allen Events Center. Veteran Sean David is into the game.
That's Vicmore.
Powell, who had 2 assists in the first meeting, battling for possession, gets it back to Rio.
Yeah, then that was Vicmore's 3rd goal. And I'll tell you talk about point men. It's an embarrassment of riches for the Mesquite Outlaws here with Anthony Powell and Vicmore Aligwe. There's a foul. It's going to be against, looks like number 4, Jonathan Segura for the Dallas Sidekicks.
We'll get a free kick here, and then we'll get Matt Thornton's keys to the game as the Outlaws threaten to take a 2-0 lead here early, nearly 2 minutes into the contest. Nice block, and the ball is sent back into midfield, chased down and controlled by the Outlaws. So what are a couple of the keys tonight?
Yeah, a couple of the keys. Neither the Dallas Sidekicks nor the Mesquite Outlaws have a power play goal this season. It's inexplicable that in 8 games combined, neither of these teams has scored with the extra man.
Gamboa, the goalkeeper of the week, is tested but makes the save, stopping Powell.
Goodness, he made that look easy. Great job. So I think the team tonight, Pete, who can net their first power play goal will have a great chance to win.
The Sidekicks had a virtual power play goal against Monterey. Just as the man stepped out of the penalty box, Mugen scored a goal against Monterey. And that's a game that even though Dallas lost, I think they gained some confidence out of that performance because they had lost 14-1 at Monterey. They were 5-5 in the 4th quarter of that game.
Yeah, it's a great point, Pete. I think that really turned it around for them. They felt in control in that game, and you could see the confidence brimming as it went on.
We saw Lipe a moment ago create a shot, and he just continues to grow in stature as an indoor player.
Yeah, Lipe, the former futsal player, he's just one of those guys. He's got it. He can take any defender. He faces them up. He can beat him. He has that level of confidence. He just needs to be a little stronger on the ball. When he has the ball, he gets knocked off a little easy. This Mesquite Outlaws defense is going to really test him a lot. My second key, Pete, if I could, defense, defense, defense. The Mesquite Outlaws have been absolutely stellar this season on defense with 4 players with 4 or more block shots, while in contrast, the Sidekicks have just 1 player with 4 blocks. Dallas offense will need to jump out ahead early to get ahead of this stifling Outlaws D.
They've fallen behind 1-0 here, but we're still in the early stages of the first quarter. Mike Jones pressing forward, but is dispossessed before he reaches the Dallas line.
And Alex Milano giving him a shove to the wall, and I promise you MJ is going to remember that. Ray Aguayo does well there. There's offensive player Brendan Lee on that ball. Here's Brendan Lee again. Just really impressed me in preseason, Pete.
Aligwe unable to get around Aguayo. They both go down and a foul called with 10:48 to play in the first. Mesquite with the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Ray Aguayo leads his team with 8 fouls. He's first on the season.
A one-timer no good for Evo. Volleyed it with the left foot. It comes out to Jones. And this is Quintana.
Jones spilled again there by Art.
I think it was Aligwe, not Jones. My mistake.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, you're right. It was Aligwe. Sorry. But he spilled there. And again, hard foul, potentially hard foul. Wasn't called, though.
Foul going to be called here along the boards between the two benches. Sean David involved here for the Outlaws.
You got Aligwe and Jones wearing the Rambo headband.
Right.
So that's
what I saw, too.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yep. I had the same thought.
And
I was just looking at the headband.
Here's the foul. Rio against the defense. And Sean David, oh, man, in the spin down.
This is Jones. Cortez, the keeper, and he's been great. One of the reasons why Mesquite has been so good defensively is because of the play of Cortez. And their defense was really on display in their game against Monterey in their second game at home this season. Little miscommunication here, and it's Cardenas who has it for the Outlaws, playing it back to Jones. Who are a couple of the players to watch here tonight?
Yeah, and the players to watch, we got the treat of watching 2 of the better netminders in the league, Pete, with Sidekicks number 1, Juan Gamboa, and Outlaws number 0, Eduardo Pollo Cortez. For Dallas, Gamboa is coming off of a win in his 100th professional game of his illustrious career last Sunday, and in spite of his team's 1 win and 4 losses, he's 9th in the league with a .688 save percentage, Pete.
Oteezy went down, setting up this free kick for Lovegrove, but he's a little premature in restarting play here. The official wasn't ready. By the way, the senior referee tonight is Adam Garner. The referee is Brandon Garner. The assistant referee is Jennifer Garner, and Daniel Radford is the 4th official.
Jamie Lovegrove, brilliant on set pieces.
And drives this one into the side netting to give the Outlaws a 2-0 lead.
Right on cue, Jamie Lovegrove. And I don't know that Anthony Powell got a foot on it. He might have tapped it in barely. We're going to have to see the replay on this one, but Jamie Lovegrove with a laser on the ground. He is absolutely a genius with these set pieces. You can see here, we didn't get the camera angle. It was too fast. I'm going to say that I think that goal should go to Lovegrove, but we'll have to see it, see what our stats folks say, because that was really, really close, Pete.
Sidekicks find themselves trailing the Outlaws 2-0, trying to get on the board here. Cameron Brown just misses, going for the upper 90 on the left side.
Yeah, nifty little play by Cameron just to get it on target. There's Eduardo Cortez again.
Look out. That one goes through the area. Ligwe could never catch up to it as Sean David delivered the pass from the right wing. And now this is O'Dwyer.
Yeah, man, David just missing.
Puts that one on frame, and the rebound creates another opportunity. Thwarted by the Outlaws as David clears it to midfield, finding a Ligwe who's tripped up.
Yeah, they're gonna get him for it. But I don't know that Aligwe didn't just fall over his feet there. It's a tough call.
Jamie Lovegrove was credited with the second goal of the game, following the Aligwe goal, giving the Outlaws the early 2-0 lead with 8.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Mesquite out shooting Dallas 5-1.
Segura did get that foul against Vicmore Leagueway.
Off the chest of Leagueway, turned over, and the Sidekicks have possession in their own end as it's taken away by D'Souza. This is Segura, deep in his own corner, gets it to Gamboa, who pushes it forward. Finds O'Dwyer. Lovegrove pressures Gamboa. Ball played square to O'Dwyer.
High pressure there from Lovegrove. He knows exactly what they're trying to do on the exit. I mean, it's got to be tough.
They're certainly familiar with any strategy that Simone Bozes might be employing. This ball is dumped in the corner. Cardenas is there for the Outlaws. He's able to get it ahead to Otize, and then a save made by Eduardo Cortez, going to the ground and going to his left, covers it up.
And Cortez, my goodness, what a great season he's having, the rookie. He's second in the league with a .722 save percentage. Unbelievable what he's done this season.
Lee is the target man here. He's shadowed by Quintana, who was the man of the match against Kansas City. Played brilliantly on both ends of the floor. And this ball goes just behind Quintana, chases it down to the wall and able to get it back to Aguayo.
Yeah, great thought there by D'Souza on the outlet.
Evo trying to find Piedra, who has it off the boards, plays it to the left corner, nobody there, and now Evo is in a defensive position as Jones comes out of the back, leaves it for Cardenas.
I think Gus would like to have that back as a shot instead of, I think he was trying to pass it to D'Souza.
Long ball into the corner for Ellis. Lee plays it to the top of the arc, and that's redirected by the Sidekicks defense. Segura was there for Dallas. We'll have a restart. Both teams take advantage to make substitutions. Lovegrove will restart play right in front of the Outlaw bench. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the first. Cortez again plays it long, has Lovegrove. He heads it into the area, but that's past Powell, who gathers it in the corner and then plays it to Rio. To Lovegrove. Lovegrove being pursued by Lipe. Ellis keeps it on the ground, plays it to the feet of Powell. Powell loses it. Hernandez takes it away, and Dallas begins a counterattack. Milano gets to the Mesquite line, plays it to the left wing. Dallas will set up in the attacking third. Milano sends it inside the line and then back out. That one skips away from Milano. Dallas retreats back on their side of halfway.
Yeah, and the Outlaws have seen the tape. They know to pester Lipe, the double team immediately from Lovegrove and Cody Ellis.
Lipe gets it to Segura. He goes down along with Ellis. The ball's turned over to Mesquite. Look out, Vic Moraligwe in, and he scores! Vic Moraligwe gives the Outlaws a 3-0 lead with 5:06 to play in the first quarter. Aligwe has scored 2 goals in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Aligwe, man, it was just a breakaway. I think Ray Aguayo, he just couldn't hang with him. He couldn't stay with him. You could tell he was trying to catch up, but just couldn't do it.
So there's a timeout on the field.
The Dallas Sidekicks would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. Thank you, Miter.
Vic Moraligwe has flighted the ball twice into the back of the net. He opened the game with an even strength goal 1 minute in to give the Outlaws a 1-0 lead. Then Jamie Lovegrove doubled the Mesquite advantage, scoring at 5:38 of the first off a restart from the left side. And now Oligwe has made it 3-0 in favor of the Outlaws. An even strength goal at 9:54 of the first. In the first match between these two sides, Mesquite had an early 4-goal run, and they've opened up with 3 straight goals here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, this defense for Mesquite now, that what they can do is they can kind of sit back and, protect the lead, arguably. Again, this is indoor soccer, so, you can score quickly. But, man, I mean, this is the worst nightmare for Simone Bozas and the Dallas Sidekicks because they did not want to try to play from behind on this team.
Early on, the Sidekicks were being outshot 5-1. It's now 6-4, so the Sidekicks are starting to find their footing a little bit. And one of the things that Simone Bozes has tried to emphasize to his team is that you can be behind by 3, but you can get back in the game quickly. He doesn't want his team to panic and start making those mistakes that he talked about at the top of the program.
Yeah, great point, Pete. It's hard. It's hard not to because you look at that scoreboard and you're like, gosh, any other sport down 3-0, that's a mountain. But in this game, it's so fast-paced, high-scoring. You can come back quickly. And the Sidekicks, young team, they need to learn how to come back and play from behind.
We've had end-to-end action for nearly 10 minutes to open this Boxing Day derby between the Dallas Sidekicks and the Mesquite Outlaws. And it's the Outlaws who have taken a 3-0 lead.
And a couple, again, 2 mistakes, I think, of the 3 goals. The one on a set piece, and Simone Boza saying we got to cut down on those mistakes, Pete. And you're seeing them raise their ugly heads right now. And there's a shot to the back by Mitchell Cardenas.
Yeah, Cardenas will be called for the foul here as D'Souza goes down. Cardenas picks up his first. Dallas will get a free kick just outside the Mesquite line.
He's lucky he wasn't carded there because he clearly pushed him into the wall, just short of the wall. Very fortunate for the Outlaws.
Segura gets it to Milano. Back to Segura. Sidekicks don't want to get out of their game plan here. Powell there defensively. It's sent back to Gamboa. Plays it to the feet of Segura. Quintana calling for the ball at midfield, but it goes to O'Dwyer.
Mike Jones gave O'Dwyer a shove for good measure after the golf ball was gone.
Aguayo has possession now.
This Outlaws team, they're tough. They're physical.
That's a ball for Evo. It skips off his boot, and then Jones goes after it hard.
Yeah, and they're going to give that call against Felipe de Souza, but you could have argued either way, I think. But MJ got the benefit of the doubt on that one. The veteran over the rookie.
Rio restarts play, getting it to Cortez, who's going to deliver a long ball for Cody Ellis. He's able to chest it down, then lost his balance a little bit, and the ball got away from him. And here comes Hernandez for Dallas. Dallas in the Kelly Green kit. Evo at midfield, trying to shake Oligwe. Rio picks him up, trying to send a ball toward the arc. It's deflected. Now gets it to Aguayo, who puts it in front, but redirected by the Outlaws defense and sent back to halfway.
And you saw that shot there from Aguayo. Just didn't have the heat, the velocity on it that it often does. Wondering if that knee is giving him struggles right now, Pete.
Was injured near the end of the Kansas City game. He was a question mark right up until game time. This is Artur Evo moving in on Rio. Got it on the left foot. Takes a shot. It goes wide right. It comes out to Oligwe, who's looking for an early hat trick, but is dispossessed before he gets to midfield. But a whistle stops play, and Oligwe limps to the bench.
Yeah, he definitely got him, but frankly, he got more of the ball than he did of Oligwe. Oh, and okay, they're going to talk it over here. I'm wondering if they're looking at Oligwe with a dive. I don't think it was a dive. He definitely got a piece of him on the back end, but it wasn't too terribly egregious in my humble opinion.
Hernandez will restart play for Dallas. We've got 2:45 to play in the first quarter. Segura finds Hernandez. Marked by Lovegrove. Switches it back to the left side. Play to the feet of Gamboa. Gamboa sends one up the middle that Ellis intercepts. Ellis not able to get around Lipe. Foul and a restart.
Yeah, I think they're going to get. Yeah, you got they got Fred Mugin coming in from behind on that one. I thought Lipe did a good job, but apparently Freddie reached around there, got the hook.
Mugin marking Cardenas here. Cortez drives it deep toward the corner, but Quintana there for the Sidekicks, and he's able to get it to Mugin near midfield. Mugin then loses it. Turned over to Lee, who takes a shot off the glass and into the area, but it comes to Piedra of the Sidekicks.
Yeah, Brendan Lee's so fast. He's got the quick feet, former SMU Mustang. Man, I think he's going to be a superstar in this league. I really do.
You don't give him that number 9 if you don't think he's going to be good.
Good point.
There's a long ball for Cameron Brown. He has it in the corner, marked by Jones, a longtime teammate. Quintana corrals it halfway and gets it to O'Dwyer in the center circle. To the top of the arc, Brown posting up. Back to Aguayo.
Nice defense by Mitchell Cardenas, sliding over on the double team, pulling it away from Cameron Brown. Didn't let him turn.
Brown again. Gets it back to Milano. Milano playing it to Hernandez. Has it taken away by Cardenas, who's unable to get it cleared. Sends it out to halfway, but Aguayo is there for the Sidekicks.
Good high pressure right now from the Sidekicks.
A back heel to the top of the arc, volleyed by Brown. Headed by Cardenas, settled by Powell, who draws a double team. Cardenas battling for the Outlaws, trying to regain possession.
Yeah,
a man goes down, and that brings a whistle and a stoppage of play. It'll be a restart for Dallas.
Yeah, I'm still trying to see who. Okay, it was Otizi on Josh Hernandez with the foul.
O'Dwyer with the restart, and the shot is on frame. Alex Milano has one knocked down by Eduardo Cortez.
That's a good shot by Milano.
This is a league way, shadowed by Aguayo. Nice crossover move. Now O'Dwyer comes over to help out defensively, unable to take it away from Vic Mora Leagueway, who leaves it back to Ellis. He fires with 18 seconds left in the first quarter and sends it over the crossbar. It stays in play, and Ellis heads it to Leagueway, who chests it down to his right foot. Can't get the shot off cleanly, and Gamboa distributes up the right side.
Great defensive showing there by the Sidekicks.
Gamboa was trying to find Milano, who was marked by Sean David as the period comes to a close. The Outlaws reel off 3 straight goals in the first period. Vic Mora Leagueway scoring twice. In between his 2 goals, Jamie Lovegrove scored for Mesquite. The Outlaws go to the second period, leading their crosstown rivals 3-0.
Yeah, it's a good defensive stand there at the end. That's what you have to do to Vic Mora Leagueway. You cannot let him go on man like that. He's going to go around you and score.
At the end of the period, both teams have 6 shots. Early in the period, Mesquite was out shooting Dallas 5-1. So Dallas is starting to enjoy a little bit more of the run of play, but they've got to be careful. The Outlaws have been really good on the counterattack here.
Yeah, they have. And you're seeing the old school tattoo style, that dump and long run. And I'm going to be honest, this Sidekicks team, they have played that extremely well. The Kansas City Comets, they tried that. They didn't do very well against them.
Yeah, they played Leo Gibson a lot better than they've played Vic Mora Leagueway here tonight.
Yeah, great point. Yep.
And we talked about this when Leagueway was with Dallas. Over the last couple of years, he's really been developing, and I think he's become one of the better target men in the MASL.
Yeah, very few men can get the ball like he does with his back to the goal, turn and shoot. And actually, he hasn't even done that yet. All of his stuff has been runs at the goal, so he's not really showing his best attribute, but he's got a couple of goals.
But he's great on the ball. He's got great strength. He's got all the attributes you're looking for, and he's good in tight spaces, which is so critical to indoor soccer.
Yeah, absolutely. Great target man. And then Anthony Powell right behind him is he's no schlub either. Anthony Powell, he actually is tied for second on the team with 3 points.
Yeah, and remember, he had 2 assists in the first meeting between these two teams.
Yeah, he did indeed. Yeah, Powell and Eligwe is not a forward combination I'd want to face.
So the first period goes to the Outlaws. They lead 3-0. Pete Stein and Matt Thornton at the Allen Event Center. It's the Boxing Day Derby between the Dallas Sidekicks and the Mesquite Outlaws, their first ever meeting here at the Allen Event Center. Mesquite won the first meeting at the Mesquite Rodeo Arena on opening night for both teams. They won that game 7-5. Juan Gamboa has made a couple of saves for the Sidekicks here in the first quarter. And Cortez has been really strong on the other end for the Mesquite Outlaws. But it's the Outlaws who have the lead, 3-0. Cortez made 4 saves in the first period.
R.J. Lovano for the first time tonight.
Here's Eligwe battling with Quintana. Quintana gets called for a foul. Boy, I thought the official was going to pull out a card there for a minute.
He could have, and it would have been definitely warranted. And Eligwe's just can't believe he didn't get a card because, I mean, it looked to me like Quintana just completely shoved him into the wall.
So you want to be a target man in indoor soccer, you're going to get pushed around.
My goodness. Indeed. Jamie Lovegrove.
Lovegrove's already scored off a restart tonight in between the 2 Eligwe goals in the first quarter. This time off the wall into the area. Nobody there to finish for the Outlaws. Sidekicks finally get it cleared out of their own end. They're in neutral territory as Evo plays it back inside the line, and now Gamboa controls in the area.
Yeah, you can see that the Outlaws is high pressure because they know exactly what Simone Bozes wants to do with that ball, that possession style. They're going to make them struggle to exit their zone.
Cardenas putting on the pressure here. Piedra's open in the center circle. Gamboa finds him. It's sent right back to the keeper of the red and white stripes. Aguayo marked by Jones. Lays it back for Gamboa. One-touch pass that Aguayo plays off the wall in the referee crease. To Piedra. To Lipe, who moves up the left side. Lipe trying to beat Eligwe. Has a shot blocked, but it comes right back to him.
Yeah, Sean David there stepped in front of that. He saw that one coming.
Dallas starting to enjoy more of the possession here as we're early in the second quarter, but they're still looking for their first goal, conceding 3 in the first period.
Good matchup. Freddie Mugin and Mike Jones on Freddie Mugin here is the target now.
I suspect they faced each other in some training sessions.
I was going to say it'd be fun to watch that one.
Gamboa faked as though he was going to go long. Finds Lipe along the wall at halfway.
And the Sidekicks just unable. Ooh.
Lipe takes a tumble trying to get the whistle, and he does, and it's a foul on Cardenas.
Yeah, they know exactly who they want to get the ball to, and they're just going to hammer Lipe every time he gets the ball. Cardenas a little too excited to throw him down.
That's the second on Cardenas. An accumulation of fouls, and you'll find yourself in the penalty box.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is Jones in the corner. Finds Cardenas. Plays it back to Cortez. Cortez had the 4 saves in the first period. Has a clean sheet as the Outlaws lead 3-0. Too much weight on that pass for Cardenas, who will go to the bench, and Ellis will come into the game for the Outlaws.
And as good as Cody Ellis is as a defender, he's actually 4th on his team with 6 shots, Pete.
He likes to move forward.
He does.
We've already seen him come forward a couple of times tonight. Here's Quintana, turns on it. Didn't quite get enough on it, and Cortez, moving to his left, is able to make a rather routine save.
Yeah, he loves that right side down there. He's done a good job the last couple games.
Jones headed it forward, but wasn't able to get it to Powell, and the Sidekicks once again have control as we near the 11.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Here come the Sidekicks, bringing the pressure. O'Dwyer fires, and Cortez goes to the ground and covers it up along the near post. The outlet pass is intercepted by Segura, who leaves it for Piedra.
Great job there by Segura. Completely cut that pass off. Sidekicks look well in control here right now.
Well, and this is what Simone Bozes talked about in the first meeting. He felt like they dominated possession, and they have a chance to score here, but once again, Cortez comes up with a save, denying Arthur Evo. Down on the ground here for the Outlaws is Ramon Nunez, their number 10, and Nunez is a guy who's played at the World Cup level for Honduras, so he's a good player, no doubt.
Yeah, Jonathan Segura clearly pulled him down. It's going to be a chippy game, I'm telling you.
Nice slide by Brown to win possession for the Sidekicks. There's a shot that just misses. It went wide right. Nearly got it tucked inside the post, did Evo. Here's another shot. That one's high and wide. It comes to Brown, who chests it down, puts it in the area. Cortez keeps this one from crossing the goal line as Lovano got off a shot.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul. Yeah, Eligwe clearly grabbed him by the shoulder and pulled Aguayo down. But a great flurry of action of shots by the Sidekicks. Phenomenal job there. And Cortez, man, what this rookie just continues to impress.
So Eligwe called for the foul.
Yeah, and I mean, Eligwe he reached up, grabbed him by the shoulder, pulled him down to try to get around him.
Looked like he was almost close to getting carded for dissent.
Yeah, yeah.
Piped down in time to avoid the card.
Eligwe, one of the leaders on this team, on the Outlaws team in fouls.
Seems like he was that for Dallas last year.
He is a physical player, man. He's not afraid to mix it up. And
as we've already seen, he's a big guy, so guys push on him. It's kind of the Shaquille O'Neal factor going. He goes down here.
And he drew the foul on that one.
It's going to be Aguayo who's called for the foul and a free kick for the Outlaws.
Definitely.
Cortez plays it up the middle to Otizi. Otizi makes a run up the middle after passing it off to Lovegrove, who gets to the corner, sends one into the area off the end boards, but Piedra's able to clear it for Dallas. Aguayo's not able to split two defenders, but gets tripped up and may have hit his head on the ground.
Yeah, Rio closed in there. Lucky again, no card, Pete. We haven't seen a card yet. A few that I thought maybe you could have. Here's
Ricardinho makes his first appearance. This is Lipe. Marked by Rio along the corner. Cardenas along the inboards in the area, but Powell is there for the Outlaws. Plays a nice wall pass to himself. Gets to halfway. Gets past Ricardinho to the Dallas line. Takes a shot. Gamboa with a sprawling save.
Wow, that was impressive, man. Anthony Powell all the way down the right side, uncontested. Juan Gamboa coming up big.
Brown gets to Ricardinho trying to find Hernandez, but it's Cardenas who intercepts, and here's Powell again. Powell moving in on Gamboa. Slows it down, trying to switch to his left foot. Ricardinho was there defensively.
Boy, Ricardinho, I think, just saved a goal.
Cameron Brown with a good outlet pass. And the ball ushered into the area and then grabbed by Cortez.
Anthony Powell had Mitchell Cardenas wide open on the left side on that 2-on-1, and Ricardinho, the veteran, stuck his foot in there and blew up the entire play. Great job by the Capitan.
Lovegrove marked by Brown. Quintana gets a shot on Lovegrove as Piedra has possession and plays it back to Gamboa. to O'Dwyer. 3-0 lead for the Outlaws. Less than 8 minutes remaining in the half. Lovano makes himself available, but Gamboa goes long to Freddie Mugin. Off the wall to the top of the arc, and a one-timer is sent into the seats.
Oh, beautiful idea by Freddie Mugin. Bounce it off the wall. Billy O'Dwyer just could not get over the top of that for that clean shot, but great job.
So 7:41 remaining in the second quarter. Mesquite with a 3-0 lead, scoring 3 times in the first quarter. MASL Primetime is the new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. Catch the latest episode each Friday. It's a 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. Make sure to catch every episode of MASL Primetime. 7:41 to play in the second quarter here. The Mesquite Outlaws leading the Dallas Sidekicks 3-0. Vicmore Oligwe scoring twice. Jamie Lovegrove scoring off a restart in the first quarter. The Sidekicks coming into the game with a 1-4 record. Mesquite 1-2.
Yeah, and with those 2 goals, Vicmore Oligwe is now first on his team with goals. He's got 4 goals, 4 points now. First place, move past, by the way, a guy we haven't talked about because he's not here tonight. Midfielder Jorge De Leon gave the Sidekicks fits in that first game.
De Leon scored the first ever goal for the Mesquite Outlaws and then scored twice in that opening game.
Yeah, not here tonight and has 20 shots, leads his team as well. And, boy, they're missing him out there on the field.
With this 3-0 lead, the Outlaws now have a goal differential for the season of +3. They came in having scored 13 and conceding 13. Cardenas tried to move in, but Lovano denies, and then a collision near midfield. It's a quick restart for the Sidekicks. They get it to Arthur. Evo takes a shot, blocked by Jones.
Great job by Mike Jones there. My goodness, what a block.
David gets it to Cardenas, to Lee, who moves up the right flank. Lee reaches the Dallas line, and then is cut off by Evo, who's trying to win the ball along the boards.
Former Mustang on former Mustang, Evo and Lee.
Pony up.
That's right. Evo did a great job tracking back there.
It's one of the things that Tattoo has talked about. There's going to be a lot more professional opportunities for some of those guys coming out of places like SMU. Or in Vicmore Oligwe's case, Midwestern State, which has a great Division II soccer program in Wichita Falls. In fact, the Sidekicks went to Wichita Falls in the preseason. Ellis finds Oligwe, who gets spilled by Ricardinho, no call. Outlaws able to maintain possession. Oligwe moving in, dispossessed. Great defense by the Sidekicks, and now they're on the counterattack. As we near the 6-minute mark of the third, Hernandez crosses halfway.
Yeah, Arthur Evo there stepping in front of Oligwe. Just a brilliant job there. My goodness. He's so hard to catch, and Arthur just timed that perfectly.
Lipe comes off the bench and receives the pass. Now makes a run up the left boards, comes back to help out Ricardinho. Otizi is there defensively. Lipe is inside the Mesquite line. Winning the ball is Oligwe, but he turns it right back over. Piedra has it for the Sidekicks.
It's a great opportunity that I was talking about. You saw Lipe go down low left.
Mujic sets up Piedra, and he just missed. Quintana chases down the rebound in neutral territory.
Just to finish my thought, and then Lipe knocked off the ball by Oligwe again. You can see that brilliant flash of play there from Lipe. He just got to be stronger on the ball. You're going to get hit hard in this league.
Lipe again accelerates up the left wing boards. Lays it back for Aguayo. Dallas still looking for their first goal, down 3. Mugin posting up Jones. Inside the arc, loses it to Ellis. Now Aligwe has it. Missed the connection with Ellis, but Otize is there for the Outlaws.
Ellis and Jones combining on that takeaway.
Cortez finds Jones, who feeds it in front, but Powell not able to put it in the back of the net. Gamboa controls for the Sidekicks.
Sidekicks so fortunate there. Anthony Powell, it looked like he got a piece of the turf on that. Tough opportunity for him. Sidekicks fortunate.
Brown in the corner, plays it into the area, but that's easily handled by Cortez, who distributes up the right side, looking for Nunez, but it bounces over the short boards in front of the bench out of play. Had Nunez on the breakaway, just couldn't make the connection. Less than 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Gamboa with a long ball. He's got Ricardinho, who heads it into the area. Brown chases it down. Sliding shots and out of play behind the goal.
Camo just couldn't quite catch up to that enough. It was just a little too far for him. But, man, that's one he'll put away if he can get a hold of it. Great aerial player. And, man, Ricardinho's really having a heck of a game tonight. Defensively, serving up that assist. Turning back the hands of time tonight for Capitan.
This is Cardenas in his own end. Dallas has outshot Mesquite here in this period 5-1. The Outlaws trying to get a shot here, but Gamboa stuffs it and then gets the outlet ahead to Evo. Evo fires off the wall. Brown settles it, shoots wide. Evo may get a chance, can't control the rebound. Otize able to clear it. And this is Powell crossing halfway, chased by Hernandez. Powell inside the Dallas line, cuts right, takes a shot, and he scores to make it 4-0 Outlaws with 3:33 to play in the second quarter.
What a goal by Anthony Powell. You could see this thing build, and he's had a couple of great opportunities on that right side, and, man, he just dispossessed, completely beats his defender, slides across for the right foot, back in the net. Nothing, absolutely nothing Juan Gamboa could do to try to get that ball. I mean, that Anthony Powell is so impressive. You can see Sean David telling him all about it. Look at this move. There's the move to beat the defender. And you can see on the right across Ricardinho, the right foot back of the net. Man, perfect timing, perfect placement. Beautiful job by the young forward, who's in his second season. But remember, that first season with the Sidekicks, it got cut short a bit, Pete. So this, you could argue he's kind of a rookie as well. He's still kind of getting his indoor soccer legs.
Sidekicks are down 4. It's the second time in the 2 meetings that the Outlaws have gone on a 4-goal run.
And Sean
David commits the foul here. That's 9 fouls now for the Outlaws. The Sidekicks have been whistled 10 times.
Yeah, David, easy call for the referee, spilling R.J. Lovano.
Nearing the 3-minute mark here as the second quarter winds down. Sidekicks still searching for their first goal of the game, down 4 as we approach halftime. Ricardinho not able to get it past Aligwe, but chases it down in the center circle. This is O'Dwyer, marked by Jones. Aligwe marking Ricardinho. Quintana sending it to Piedra, fronted by Lovegrove, fires off the end boards, comes out to Jones, who's looking upfield as he chases it. Quintana comes over, trying to win the battle along the boards, and Quintana has possession. Then Sean David steps in to win it.
Yeah, and Freddie,
we got a player down.
Yeah, Freddie Mugin is down, and that was a really hard shot from Mitchell Cardenas. It did not get called, but, man, he just absolutely ran full steam right into Freddie. Freddie doesn't like the no call. Referee let him play on, but my goodness, that was a collision. Again, Cardenas, one of those just tough physical players, one of the defense rookie. He's tied for third with 2 points on his team. 6 blocked shots, tied for first on his team with his Outlaws coming into this game. And right when I praise him, he makes a mistake by launching the ball into the upper deck. One that, frankly, he shouldn't make. The Outlaws play with that half wall, so, you know.
This will be a free kick for Dallas at the top of the penalty arc. Ricardinho ready for this set piece. Piedra plays it to the right wing side, and the shot for Evo is blocked, cleared out to halfway. Cardenas bats it back into neutral territory. Evo is there for Dallas.
And on that free kick, the Sidekicks only had 5 players on the field, Pete. Talk about mistakes. Again, you know, wait for that guy to come off the bench. He was off, but he was only 1 foot on.
Evo goes down. Powell was there. No call. And this will be distribution for Cortez.
Yeah, Artur wanted that call. And he looked like he got spun, but they're letting him play tonight.
Otizi, marked by Piedra, plays it off the inboards. Ricardinho is there for Dallas. Finds Evo on the outlet. Long diagonal ball on the ground to Brown. Crossover move across the line. Defended by Ellis. Sends it wide right. It comes to Mike Jones of the Outlaws, but Evo is there to take it away for the Sidekicks. Ricardinho finds Brown, and it's back to Ricardinho as we approach the 1 minute mark. Ricardinho has time and space. He'll shoot. That's blocked by Ellis.
Nice job by Cody Ellis. R.J. Lovano sneaking down low behind.
Here's a left-footed shot that goes wide right. Evo shot off the inboards, rebounded by Jones, who presses forward up the middle. Jones gets to the corner, directed there by Lovano. Now into the area. Gamboa with a block and a save.
Yeah, and that's a card I think they're going to get R.J. Lovano on the breakaway by M.J. Jones and Michael Jones. Not something you typically see, but R.J. clearly grabbed hold of M.J., tried to pull him down on that breakaway. That's a blue card. M.J., you don't usually see M.J. accepting of the foul. Normally him dishing the foul, but on that one, pretty easy for them to call.
This will be a free kick from the corner as the Outlaws go on the power play. Lovano is in the penalty box for 2 minutes. Played to the top of the arc for Cardenas. Aligwe keeps it inside the attacking third, off the inboards. Quintana begins the shorthanded counterattack. There's a ball sent down long as we go under the 30-second mark.
Only one shorthanded goal scored this entire season by the Kansas City Comets, Leo Gibson.
Cardenas plays it to the corner. Gibson was just in the Metroplex playing both of these teams over the weekend. Kansas City went 1-1, winning at Mesquite, and then the Sidekicks scoring their first win of the season at the expense of the Comets. Ellis has a shot blocked here by Brown. Cardenas gives it a ride from distance and misses high as the horn sounds, ending the first half. The Outlaws still have 1:18 remaining on the power play when we begin the second half. The Outlaws with a 4-0 lead over the Sidekicks. An impressive first half of play for Mesquite. And Vicmore Aligwe opened the scoring early as he scored in the first minute, and the Outlaws have not looked back since. Lovegrove scored on a restart, and then Aligwe tallied his second goal of the game. And we went to the second quarter with the Outlaws leading 3-0. Powell scoring a goal in the second quarter to give Mesquite what feels like a commanding 4-0 lead.
But it is 4-0. That's tough to overcome right now. The Sidekicks, although their shots are 12-9 on the game, as you just mentioned, it feels like a little more of a back and forth. But, man, the Outlaws offense, they've really been on fire. Of course, Leagueway getting those 2 goals. Lovegrove and Powell, all the forward action for the Outlaws. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for them because, as we've talked about, their defense has been spectacular. Their offense, it's been a little lacking, Pete.
Lovano got the 2-minute blue card for pushing at 14-19. Mesquite not able to capitalize with a goal in the first 41 seconds of that power play. That's the only penalty. We've had 19 fouls called in this game, 10 against the Sidekicks, and 9 against the Outlaws. And the Outlaws looking for their first power play goal in franchise history.
Yeah, I know, man. I cannot believe it. Still, neither team has a power play goal. It's unbelievable. I mean, in 8 now, well, this is 9 games for both these clubs, and my goodness, not one power play goal, especially with guys like Jamie Lovegrove, who have just terrorized the entire MASL league with his power play.
Yeah, you take a look at what these two teams have done on the power play coming into the game tonight. They're both 0 for 5. Now, Simone Bozes makes a great point when he says, hey, we scored what may not technically be a power play goal against Monterey, but the guy had 1 foot
right
on the field of play coming out of the penalty box when Freddie Mugin scored, but technically that wasn't a power play goal, even though from a strategic standpoint it kind of felt like one for the Sidekicks. But Mesquite also 0 for 5. Keep in mind, Dallas has been shorthanded 11 times, and they've given up 6 power play goals. But Simone Bozes told you before the game, he feels like they've played pretty well as a penalty-killing unit. A lot of that damage came in one game against Monterey, that game that got out of hand that they lost 14-1 in Monterey. They gave up 4 power play goals in that game.
A lot of Simone Bozes rookies' first game ever on the road as a professional. I mean,
and playing, playing in probably the toughest place to play, at least in the Western Conference for sure. Playing at Monterey against a talented team in a really confined space in Monterey.
Dealing with visa challenges, injuries early on. And, I mean, Simone said, boy, we started out rough this season. And you can tell, and the level of play to me, Pete, has actually increased. It's gotten better. In spite of the 4-0 situation here, I think they've got to have a little more confidence coming into the game.
The thing that the Outlaws have done so well is stay out of the penalty box. They've only been shorthanded 3 times this year, and they still have not allowed a power play goal.
Yeah, incredibly disciplined in spite of how physical they are. Although you could argue at the Kansas City Comets game, there should have been about 10 more fouls that were in there. We had the director of referees, Ryan, in here, and he was saying, yeah, there was a few that we didn't call. And I kind of like that. I like when they let them play. But, man, that one was a rough one.
Yeah, Ryan Sigich, who actually was the lead official here in the game against Kansas City, and I was telling him I thought they did a good job the other day, and he's like, well, I missed this call and I missed that call. But what we like, and I think I'm speaking for you, Matt, but we like it when the officials aren't such a big part of the story. They were a little bit of that part of the story the other day because they didn't play the advantage. They called the foul.
Yeah.
But that's a foul. They don't call it. Cameron Brown's complaining they didn't call the foul. But as play continued, Dallas got a goal. Fortunately, Dallas won the game anyway, so that wasn't a big part of the story.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree. You can speak for me anytime, Pete, my partner there. I do like it when they let them play, and they've done a good job here tonight as well, I think, in kind of letting them play a few times. So, good stuff.
Yeah, the Outlaws have scored 4 straight goals. They had a 4-goal run in that game at Mesquite as well, but the Sidekicks are out shooting the Outlaws 12-9. And keep in mind, early on, Dallas was being outshot 5-1. So this is another game, I think, where Simone Bozes is in the locker room going, man, we're doing what we want to do in terms of controlling the run of play.
They are.
But we're turning the ball over. We're giving up the counterattack. We're making some mistakes. We didn't block that restart goal from Lovegrove. They find themselves down 4-0, but you made the point in the first half. This is indoor soccer. Things can change very quickly.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, there's a few mistakes, but a few mistakes are going to kill you in this league. So I think that's where Simone has really got his confidence. He's saying, the overall plan, the possession style, prevent the long ball, the classic kind of long ball, MISL back in the day, PASL, et cetera, that long ball, just dump it in and run on it. They're doing a really nice job of preventing that. But, man, those mistakes are killer, and the mistakes are causing goals. And that's the big difference for the Sidekicks team is the rookies and, frankly, some of the veterans, too, are making mistakes. You saw Ricardinho got beat on that Anthony Powell goal. Not a lot he could do. I mean, Anthony Powell was coming at him full steam ahead. But, man, the Alex Milano goal, that was a tough one, where he just kind of got his pocket picked, not to pick on Alex. But these are things that, you got to prevent those. And if you get those mistakes like that, you're going to lose.
Yeah, Bo has made 4 saves for the Sidekicks, and I continue to be impressed with Eduardo Cortez. the Outlaw goalkeeper, 8 saves, shutting out the Sidekicks, goes to the locker room with a clean sheet through the first half. Really, Cortez, I talked a little bit with Sagu before the game. He likes Cortez a lot. He says the one thing he's got to get better with is his distribution.
Yeah.
But he's clearly a great athlete in goal for Mesquite.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Mark Saxby for the Kansas City Comets was praising him. He said, one of the things he's just learning the nuances, like when he goes down to block a shot, go down with his knee instead of going down, going at it from making himself big. Go with your knee to go down. And little things like that he's going to pick up. But my goodness, this rookie, he's got ice in his veins. They call him Pollo or Chicken because his dad's nickname was Pollo. But he's been far from chicken. He's got ice in his veins. He doesn't look like a rookie. You never see him up and down at all. He keeps an even keel. That's what you got to do in this league.
Cody Ellis is playing a terrific game here. He's got 3 blocks in this game for the Outlaws.
Yeah, Cody, just such a great player. And I mean, you got a pairing there of Cody Ellis with Mike Jones. Then you roll out Mitchell Cardenas with a Rio Ramirez. And, I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches. We haven't even seen Clark Binning yet. Clark Binning also has 6 blocks on the league. And what typically Tattoo is doing, he's saving Binning for the second half. So he's those fresh legs off the bench. And, I mean, these guys, these Outlaws are just impressive on defense.
The only player that's been credited with the block for the Sidekicks right now is Jonathan Segura. And this is going to sound odd because they're down 4-0, but I don't think they're playing horrible defense here tonight.
I agree, actually. I agree. You're right. It's just those few mistakes, a little bit of mispass here and not guarding the back post there. And, this could be a very different situation. It's a 0-0 and, or 0-1, if you will. But, man, the mistakes are killing them.
Yeah, let's take a look at what else is happening around the MASL. This is the only game taking place tonight. Monterey, who is atop the Western Conference standings, will be here at the Allen Events Center on Saturday night, and that'll be their next game. Sonora and Ontario are scheduled to play Saturday night as well. And then Sonora will turn around and play San Diego. San Diego lost that first game, but they have since reeled off 5 straight wins. Right now they're second in the Western Conference standings. Ontario is at 2-2. Turlock is 3-3. Both those teams 500, sitting 3rd and 4th in the standings. Followed by the 2-3 Tacoma Stars, who will play the Ambush on December 27th. By the way, Turlock is idle until January 6th when they face the Flash. Tacoma and the St. Louis Ambush scheduled to play tomorrow. New Year's Eve, we'll see Milwaukee hosting the Mesquite Outlaws. That's a traditional game in Milwaukee where they play New Year's Eve. And the Outlaws trying to go there with a record of 2-2, hoping to pick up their second win of the season at the expense of the Sidekicks, who come into the game tonight tied with Sonora at 1-4. But the goal differential for Sonora is -6. The Sidekicks, including the 4 goals they've given up here tonight, are now -28 in terms of goal differential. In the Eastern Conference, Florida is the talk of the town right now. The Tropics are atop the Eastern Conference standings at 5-0 with a +13 goal differential. They've won 3 road games so far this season, and they'll be in action against the Wave on the 28th. Meanwhile, Utica, the second-place team, plays Harrisburg on the 28th. So both those games coming up Saturday. Harrisburg will take on the Rochester Lancers tomorrow night, and Harrisburg is another one of the surprise stories in the MASL. They've done well defending their home turf, and they've played well within their division. In fact, they've only played Eastern teams 3-1 right now, tied with Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a +17, and again, they'll be playing the undefeated Tropics in what should be a really fun game coming up Saturday in Florida. Kansas City and Tacoma scheduled to play Saturday. Kansas City will go into that game 2-3, splitting a pair here in the Metroplex. They've played nothing but close games. They're -2 in terms of goal differential. They've also played 4 of their 5 games away from home, so they'll be happy to be back on their home turf when they host Tacoma Saturday. They're 1-3 on the road, 1-0 at home. Baltimore, we've talked about surprise teams. Baltimore's a surprise, but for the wrong reason. The Blast are 2-4. Despite a +1 goal differential, they're struggling on the road right now. They've lost 3 games away from home. They've played nothing but Eastern Division teams, and they're 2-4 against the East. But a game coming up with Rochester on Saturday night. St. Louis 1-3, coming off a victory. They'll play Tacoma in their next match tomorrow. Orlando is idle until January 10th when they play the Comets. They're 1-5. Rochester, the only winless team in the East right now, they have a -27 goal differential. So Orlando right now bringing up the rear in the East. As we take a look at the race for the Stars in the MASL, we're still very early in the campaign, so the complexion of this Stars race could change drastically, especially as teams play in bunches, and that's what we're seeing from the Sidekicks right now. They're playing 3 games in a 7-day span here at the Allen Event Center. The Outlaws will also be busy here. We mentioned they go to Milwaukee on New Year's Eve, and then they'll return home and play January 3rd and 4th. So things can change quickly here in the MASL in terms of individual races and the standings. And when we get a chance, we'll check out that race for the Stars as the league keeps track of the players that get 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. And the player with the most at the end of the season will get an award for their effort. And we saw in the game Sunday, we saw Quintana pick up the man of the match. And right now, and in that game, Leo Gibson was stifled for Kansas City. And Leo Gibson right now has picked up the 1st star twice and the 3rd star twice. He's got 80 star points. Edgar Gonzalez right now also with 80 for Monterey. And you've got Ian Bennett with 80 for Milwaukee. He's been a 1st star twice and a 2nd star once. The same as Gonzalez for Monterey, who's been battling an injury. And then it's Ubi Parapovic of San Diego, 2nd with 70 points. And Dominic Francis of Harrisburg, who's off to a great start with 70 points. And Max Ferdinand from Milwaukee also with 70 points. So we'll keep an eye on that Stars race throughout the course of this season. I'd like to see the Sidekicks and Outlaws get some guys in the mix.
Yeah, we saw the Sidekicks. Juan Gamboa got his, I think it was his 1st star of the night in his 100th professional game and was absolutely stellar there. I mean, it's really impressive when you consider the fact that Gamboa, they've only got one win. He's 9th in the league with a .688 save percentage. And now, right now, unfortunately, with the 4-0 versus the Outlaws, that's dropped a little bit. But I mean, goodness, that tells you what a great job he's doing in net, Pete. The fact that he's staying up there in the league, the top 10 in the league with that save percentage, 77 shots against, 53 saves in 4 games. And then, you slide over to, again, Eduardo Cortez Pollo, and you just can't say enough about him. We've already talked about him quite a bit. But, I mean, this rookie's taking it by storm, the league by storm. And who better to mentor a guy than Sagu, who you said you talked to before the game. I mean, if I'm going to be coached by somebody, that's the guy I want to be coached by.
Yeah, Sagu, a terrific goalkeeper, both with the Dallas Sidekicks in his career and also spent time with the Baltimore Blast. Veteran player. He misses playing, though. He says every game day he'd rather be out there playing than coaching.
And I'll say, I saw him in warm-ups, and he gets down there, he puts his goalie gloves on, and he looks like he could come in goal if he needed to in a pinch. I mean, my goodness, Pete. The guy, I don't want to say how old he is. I'm not totally sure how old he is, but, man, it looks like he could still go down and play.
Well, in an emergency situation, he might be the guy that the Outlaws would go to if they got caught in a bind. But right now, it looks like they've got a goalkeeper for sure in Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez, he's great. He's great with his feet. And, Cody Ellis told me in the preseason, he goes, Matt, you're going to love this guy. I played with him for a long time with the North Texas Rayados, who are perpetually, it seems, in the U.S. Open Cup contention. And the guy, man, I mean, he's really impressed.
Picking up the nuances of this indoor game pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, and right now he's got a clean sheet. Mesquite's up 4-0, reeling off 4 first-half goals. They scored 3 of those goals in the first quarter. Vicmore Aligwe started the scoring 1 minute in and had 2 first-half goals.
Yeah, Vicmore busting out, man. I mean, he you could see it. You could sense it. The other night against the Kansas City Comets, my partner at the time, Roy Vogel, she talked about it. She said, I really feel like Vicmore is going to get him one, and I'll be darned if it wasn't 3 minutes later Vicmore went out and scored a goal. So, you can't really hold Vicmore Aligwe at bay for very long. He's one of those guys. He just has a knack for scoring goals. He's a great guy on and off the field. And, man, he just has one of the quickest shots. You never know where his shot is going to come from.
Well, and the other thing we know about Vicmore is he scores in bunches, so he may not be done with 2 here.
Yeah, that's a great point. Jamie Lovegrove with the kickoff back to Cardenas. And there you go, Cardenas and Cody Ellis along with Nunez.
Cardenas plays it to Ellis, who's marked by Segura. Lovegrove in the corner. Back to Nunez. Brown shadows Nunez. Ellis plays it off the wall. Segura all over Ellis. Ball comes to the top of the arc. Sent to Lovegrove for a one-timer, and he missed it wide right.
Yeah, Lovegrove just loves that left side, man. He's such a
good pass
beast
from Nunez, and then Cardenas with a shot. Nunez puts one in front that is parried away by a scrambling Gamboa.
Boy, saucy there. I didn't even think he was shooting, but he got it on and gave Juan Gamboa trouble.
Lovegrove to Nunez. Remember, this is the power play opportunity that carried over from the first half. Lovegrove with a one-timer blocked. Lovano's in the penalty box for the Sidekicks for a push in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, this will be top of the arc. Sidekicks don't like it. Jamie Lovegrove ready. One man in the
Lovegrove
wall. Okay.
getting everybody set up where he wants them. He's got a leagueway along the post behind Gamboa. Comes to Cardenas. Deflected away by Gamboa.
Just enough on that left hand, got it out. Good job by Gamboa.
Nunez has his shot blocked by Aguayo. Who's pinned along the boards. Trying to get it cleared out, and he does, but only as far as Ellis, who gets it to Lovegrove. We're back to even strength as Ellis approaches the Dallas line. Takes a shot, just misses. Cardenas controls the rebound off his chest. He puts it in front, and that one goes wide right, and the Sidekicks have finally cleared it out to Cam Brown. Brown inside the Mesquite line, has it on his left foot, takes a shot, and it's batted down by Cardenas.
Wow, what a great
Cortez,
save by Cortez. My goodness. That was a point-blank shot by Cameron Brown. Not easy to stop.
Look out, Sean David. Gamboa sliding to make the save.
Great back-to-back saves by these goalkeepers. I told you it was going to be a good one, Pete.
End-to-end action here. After the Sidekicks successfully kill off the penalty, Mesquite is now 0 for 4 on the power play.
And Rio Ramirez wanted desperately to get that call, but referee very deftly realized he was shoving into Alex Milano and gave him no whistle.
It's a long ball to Lee. Lee takes a shot. Gamboa got fingertips on it. And somehow it stays out of goal as Ricardinho heads it back to Gamboa.
I thought that was going to go over his head, Pete. My goodness, he just got enough of that, but it slowed it down in an arc and just barely missed high. Ugh.
We see Benning make his first appearance here as a man goes down.
Sean David, that's Sean David on Felipe de Souza for the Sidekicks.
Second one on Sean David.
David, not a guy who's big in stature, but not afraid to mix it up.
Ricardinho will take this free kick. Quintana hanging around that back post. It's a one-timer, blocked by David, out of play.
Nice job. Sean David saw that again and just came over and blew it up with the block. Alex Milano's shot. It was a hard one, but he got enough of it.
Sidekicks have possession. Ricardinho. They don't keep the official totals in indoor soccer, but you got to feel like Dallas has an advantage in terms of time of possession, but they're down 4-0.
I agree, Pete. They do feel like they've possessed a lot longer than the Outlaws. And
they keep possession here in the attacking third, but a foul called and then a little activity after the whistle and a blue card comes out. That's the first card shown to an Outlaw. Dallas will have a power play.
Yeah, De Sosa rolling around. That's definitely a blue card. I think that was Rio Ramirez who just kicked him there after the whistle. The whistle had blown to me, and Rio just we'll see the replay here, but you can see De Sosa, the ball is gone. Rio got he certainly stepped on the front of his foot, but I think De Souza might have sold that one a little better than it actually was.
The replay makes it look like kind of incidental contact.
Yeah, it did.
Mesquite started the third quarter on a power play. They're out shooting Dallas here in the third quarter, 7-1, and now out shooting the Sidekicks for the game, 16-13. But the Sidekicks are on the power play for the first time tonight, and they're looking for their first power play goal.
Yeah, just again, shocking both these teams. No power play goals. And the referees are talking it over. They're telling Captain Jamie Lovegrove. Yeah.
Tripping the call.
Let's see if the Sidekicks can get a power play goal.
Lovegrove is the target man for the Outlaws. Outlaws successfully killing off the first 15 seconds. Gamboa plays it off the wall. And finally, Dallas has possession on their power play. They quickly get across halfway. Piedra is the trigger man, playing it to the left wing side for Lipe. Piedra sweeps it right for Evo. Back to Piedra. Lipe traps it. A minute 19 remaining on the power play as it comes over to Evo. Left-footed shot.
Oh.
It's a goal! The Sidekicks are on the board. It may have deflected off Cam Brown right on the doorstep.
Yeah, great job there on the power play. First power play goal of the season for the Dallas Sidekicks officially.
No doubt
finally.
about this one.
No doubt about this one, Pete, at all. And great job by Arthur Evo. Lipe slid that ball across and a nice pass. And Arthur Evo just kind of, it looked like it, to me, it careened off the inside of Mitchell Cardenas' leg. We'll see the replay here shortly. But I think that was a Arthur Evo goal for sure. Here's the Lipe cross, and Arthur just kind of gets it, takes one, and boom. Yeah, I think it was off the inside left knee of Mitchell Cardenas. I don't believe another Sidekick touched this ball.
They have given Mugin credit, but as we look at the replay, I'm not sure he ever really touched it.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Cam Brown had deflected it.
I was going to say, I don't think Cam Brown or Mugin touched it, but, you know, we'll
for the moment, they've given the goal to Mugin and an assist to Evo.
Man, Mugin might owe him a steak dinner or something after that.
Less than 10.5 minutes remaining in the third. Sidekicks on the board, and the lead is down to 3. The Sidekicks have won the ball at midfield. But D'Souza nearly turned it right back over. However, the Sidekicks maintain possession. Milano at midfield. To Aguayo, and Aguayo's calling for a handball.
Yeah, he wanted the call faster. I mean, the referee got the call. I mean, come on, man. He wanted it faster.
Dallas gets the power play goal at 4:08 of the third, down by 3.
And I'll tell you, Aguayo, he looked a little less than himself there, but he's played well, Pete. I mean, he's battling through it. I'll give him that.
They have now changed the scoring. The goal has been given to Arthur Evo.
Good. Okay. I think that's what it should have been.
It's
frankly.
an unassisted goal for Evo, ending a 4-goal run for the Outlaws. It's a 3-goal deficit for the Sidekicks, and Quintana with a back heel into the area. Now the Outlaws try to get it out of their own end.
Yeah, Sidekicks great pressure here.
Jones has time and space. Sends it right up the middle. Had Powell making a run, but Aguayo is there for Dallas. Gets it to Quintana.
Great job there by Aguayo. I think the Outlaws know he's hobbled, and they've twice now tried to exploit that long ball. They were successful with Oligwe once, but not there. Good job by Aguayo.
Dallas making changes. O'Dwyer is in. Piedra re-enters the contest. Ricardinho plays it to O'Dwyer, who's battling Mike Jones along the right wing boards. Moves to the top of the arc, takes a shot that's blocked.
Cardenas, nice block there, and MJ giving him no space down there to play.
And now Cardenas gets it cleared, looking for Oligwe, who gets taken down by Ricardinho into the boards in the referee crease. And Ricardinho is shown a blue card. He protests, but he'll be in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Yeah, anytime you're going to shove a player into the wall like that, I mean, Ricardinho knows that. Oh, man, and a little bit.
Words between the two.
That's Capitan and Oligwe played together for a long time.
Long-time teammates.
No love lost on that one. Oligwe did not like that being shoved into the wall. I mean, you could clearly see there was definitely contact by Ricardinho.
Well, we've seen the Sidekicks score their first power play goal of the season. The Outlaws still looking for their first power play goal.
Ricardinho's still hot, still arguing with the officials.
And he can do that for another 2 minutes.
Yeah. From the box.
Cardenas. Lovegrove. Nunez. Guarded by Brown. Plays to the right wing side for Ellis. This is it's a surprise that this unit doesn't have a power play goal. They do now. Cardenas from distance goes top shelf. And the Outlaws once again lead by 4. They're up 5-1.
I mean, that shot was really surprising because it had a beautiful arc. It went right over the right shoulder of Juan Gamboa. I didn't even think it was a shot for a second, the way he arced it over. Nice job by Mitchell Cardenas on the power play.
So Cardenas is now the answer to a trivia question. Who scored the first power play goal in Mesquite Outlaw history? It came in their 4th game, and it gave them a 5-1 lead over the Dallas Sidekicks in their first visit to the Allen Event Center. Mesquite outshooting Dallas 17-15 and leading 5-1. The last 3 goals in this game have been unassisted. 5 of the 6 goals in this game have been unassisted. Otizi assisted Oligwe. That's the only assist in this game. 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Dallas down by 4, and they've turned it over at midfield, but we'll have a foul
The
and a restart.
Very fortunate there. Lee pushed down Alex Milano. Man, he lost the ball. They were off to the races.
Quintana trying to get it teed up. Finds Evo, left-footed shot blocked by Cardenas. And Cardenas has really come to life here in the second half. He played really well on opening night against the Sidekicks.
Yeah, he did. He's such a great defender. I mean, they came, they got him. He's one of those guys. He's a UPSL guy, Dallas City, the Fort Worth Vaqueros, the Denton Diablos. He played, I believe it was Dallas City. You know, just an under-the-radar guy. Just played incredibly well here for the Mesquite Outlaws.
Ball out of play. Cardenas, Powell, Oligwe, and Lovegrove, the goal scorers for Mesquite. Oligwe has scored twice. Arthur Evo has the goal for Dallas, and it came on the power play.
Nice little opportunity by D'Souza there. Just didn't get enough of an angle on it.
And the Outlaws again on the counterattack. Lee trying to move up the left side, and Milano is called for the foul. Milano protesting. It'll be a free kick.
Yeah, I didn't think he fouled him there. I thought he got all ball. It was a good tackle by Milano. Brendan Lee's so fast when he gets running. I mean, he's just speedy.
Cortez chips it back over to Cody Ellis, who chested down. as he's marked by Cameron Brown. Brown applying the high pressure. Ellis looking for a target. Plays it to the feet of Otizi.
Ellis had Jamie Lovegrove long, wide open, and he just missed him. He didn't see him fast enough.
Evo shadowing Lovegrove right now, who's hanging around the referee crease. Cortez nearly got sloppy with the ball, but plays a wall pass to Lee. Finds Otize. Lee goes down. Official says play on. The Outlaws have the advantage. Otize shot saved by Gamboa. Off the wall. It comes to Milano. And now Segura pushes forward and turns it over to Ellis.
And Oligwe just shoved him off the ball. No call. They're letting him play. I mean, at some point, the referees, you know, you're gonna let this thing go. It's gonna get a little ugly and a little chippy. But you see bodies flying everywhere right now, Pete.
Eduardo Cortez finds Cardenas. Cardenas looking for a target. Instead sends it back to the keeper, Cortez. Cardenas sends it up the left wing boards. Controlled there by Powell. From behind, Quintana not able to pick the pocket of Powell, but still pursues. And Powell will send this back to Cortez, and now the foul called between the benches along the boards.
Yeah, Quintana just an undisciplined foul there. He was past the man. The ball was gone. He just shoved Anthony Powell down to the turf.
Outlaws lead 5-1 with 5:50 to play in the third. Cortez drives it to the corner. It's headed, and Gamboa is going to control it. Juggled it a little bit, coming off the head of Cardenas. This is Lipe for Dallas. He's marked by Benning.
Yeah, Benning's first action of the game. Again, he's just, 5 minutes deep into the third. Tattoo wants those fresh legs out there.
Aguayo traps it as he got the pass from D'Souza. Here's Lipe. This is Piedra. Segura comes off the bench, is on the floor now. Here's Lipe on the left wing, getting around Benning, putting one in front, and he just missed the far side netting.
Oh, and D'Souza was there too. He just had to stick his foot out. He would have got a goal. They're getting closer. You can feel it.
Gamboa looked upfield for a target and then cuts it back to Piedra. D'Souza chases it to the corner. Takes a shot. Save Cortez. Jones gets spilled. And the foul called. The Outlaws will have a restart, and throwing that ball away like that is going to earn a blue card.
Absolutely.
That's a silly penalty to take when you're down 5-1 with 4:23 to play in the third.
Completely undisciplined, ridiculous. It's just one of those things, again, the mistakes Simone Bozes talks about, a mental mistake, and the thing is, number 4 for the Sidekicks, Segura is he's a veteran. He's played for a long time, knows better than that.
Yeah, and you're not going to get away with it. That's going to be a blue card every time.
Every time.
So there's a timeout here in the third quarter with less than 4.5 minutes remaining. 5-1 lead for Mesquite. Simone Bozes keeping his cool here. Tattoo was out there talking, getting the officials' attention, and now Lovegrove is having a conversation with one of the officials.
Trying to sort it out, trying to figure out what's going to happen here. The way that Lovegrove's acting, it's almost like he's not getting the blue card, but we'll have to see after they get it all sorted out. There's Simone Bozes telling his guys calm down.
Bozes and Jesse Yamas both leave the huddle. The players talk among themselves. And essentially the same thing happening for the Outlaws. Nick Stavro, the assistant, is in that huddle and now goes back to the bench. It's a 5-1 lead for the Outlaws with 4:23 to play here in the third. Outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio.
And now the Sidekicks have 6 players out on the field, so
Segura, though, I think is headed to the penalty box.
Okay, all right. I was going to say,
No, maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe they just gave him a warning.
Looks like they just gave him a warning.
Warning for dissent. Sidekicks incredibly fortunate here. I mean, man, that's not one you see him pick up.
Yep,
very
Segura got
often.
a break there.
Big time.
So that would explain Lovegrove's conversation.
I was going to say, you saw Lovegrove getting really heated, and I'm like, this is a stoppage. I don't know what he's getting heated about.
Ortiz takes a wild shot into the seats, moving up the left wing boards. 4:07 to play in the third. Gamboa with goalkeeper distribution for the Sidekicks, who are down by 4. Long ball into the corner. Brown posting up Jones, plays it in the area, but it's intercepted by Ellis. Ellis trying to get it to Jones, and a foul in the corner. Lovano there protesting.
And there's a player down.
And I think it's Evo who's shaking up.
Oh, man, that's a
No, it's Cameron Brown. Pardon me.
Man,
It's Cameron Brown.
Evo or frankly Brown. That's a tough loss if it is. I'm hoping he's okay. He seems to be up, but oh man, he's definitely ginger. Walking off gingerly on that foot.
Yeah, if he hit his knee into the boards,
that's a tough one. Yeah,
that hurts.
Definitely.
Dwyer with the restart block. Comes out to Ricardinho. Gets it to Quintana.
Mike Jones on the foul on Cameron Brown.
Shot block coming off the foot of Lovano. Lovegrove to Aligwe, who sends it out to halfway. Gamboa well beyond the Dallas line. Leaves it for Quintana. This is O'Dwyer sending it ahead up the right side. Lovano off the inboards into the area. Has a man there. It's Cameron Brown, but he's not able to get off a shot. O'Dwyer chases it down in the left corner. He gets tripped up. The official says play on. Sidekicks have possession. Segura controls. Leaves it for Ricardinho as we approach the 3-minute mark in the third. The Sidekicks down 4, giving up the first 4 goals in the game. Vicmore Aligwe has scored twice for the Outlaws.
Yeah, Cameron Brown just raised his hand to get substituted out. I think he's still feeling the effects of that spill that he had. Mike Jones gave him.
D'Souza comes in as Brown goes to the bench. Brown not getting any attention from the training staff, so hopefully he's okay. Here's Segura running up on the ball, crossing the Mesquite line, taking a shot that gets blocked and sent to the left wing boards. Sidekicks able to control it. D'Souza settling it, unable to get around Rio,
man. Great defense on D'Souza there. And D'Souza's a big man. He's not afraid to pound away down low. And man,
look out. Sean David's all alone at midfield and moving right up the middle. Looking for some support. Doesn't have it. Lovegrove calls for it and receives the pass. Getting the pass from Powell as the Outlaws set up on offense. Powell in the corner off the inboards into the area, and then a sliding attempt from Rio, but he whiffed. However, the Outlaws get another shot from the right wing side. Lee has a shot blocked.
Aguayo there, a nice slide, and then a second block again. Impressive play by Aguayo.
David corrals it on the Mesquite side of halfway in neutral territory. 90 seconds remaining in the third. The Outlaws with a 5-1 lead. Dallas coming off their first win of the season, beating Kansas City here on Sunday after the Comets broke the hearts of the Outlaws on Saturday night.
That's a trip, easy
Jones
call.
gets tripped up here by
Alex
Milano.
Yeah.
Milano picks up his first foul. Comes with 1:08 to play in the third. Powell not able to control it. Aguayo's clearance.
Aguayo played that beautifully off
Out
the
to
wall.
Lovano. Lovano takes a shot from distance, and it rises over the crossbar. A shot for Quintana, who pushed it wide. Lovano still fighting to regain control. Running up on it is Evo. Cortez makes a save.
Yeah, that's an easy blue card, because what they're going to say is that Mitchell Cardenas was going to be off to the races in a 2-on-1 situation. Quintana picks up the card. It's a tough one. I mean, it's hard, but he definitely absolutely impeded the progress of Cardenas.
Quintana protests before going to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I can
Cardenas
see that.
is slow to get up.
Yeah. You can see that ball was clearly gone when he got the hit by Quintana. Still holding his left shoulder.
Each team with 19 shots, but the Outlaws lead 5-1. The Outlaws 1 for 3 on the power play tonight, 1 for 8 on the season. Cardenas scored the power play goal, and he's out there right now, along with Ellis, Lovegrove, Powell, and Aligwe. Powell plays it to the top of the arc. Brown has it, sends it out to the other side of halfway.
Great job by Powell. Just could have one-timed it there, just getting at the angle back of the net.
Aligwe with a back heel pass to Lovegrove. His one-timer is wide left. The rebound comes out to Ellis. And the horn sounds ending the period with still 1:20 on the power play. But you don't like what you're seeing from Vicmore Aligwe here if you're an Outlaw fan. He is grabbing his left foot. He's got 2 goals in this game. He scored in the first minute of the contest, and the Outlaws have never trailed. They go to the fourth quarter leading 5-1, and Vicmore Aligwe is a big reason why.
Yeah, he is indeed, and he's up walking very, very gingerly. And I didn't see the contact there. Obviously contact with the defender, because he's down well after the play. He wasn't trying to get a foul or anything. But
Cam Brown shook his hand, so I wonder if that's not where the contact came from.
Yep.
But Aligwe still walking very deliberately toward the Outlaw huddle. The Outlaws have to feel good about where they're at going to the fourth quarter. They've got a 4-goal lead. They won the first meeting in this derby, 7-5 in their very first game at Mesquite Arena. Cam Brown scored the very first goal at that arena to give the Sidekicks an early lead in that game. Just the opposite happened here tonight as Vicmore Aligwe scored in the opening minute, and the Outlaws scored the first 4 goals of this contest. The Sidekicks finally getting on the board there in the third quarter and finally scoring an official power play goal.
Yeah, you don't really get the sense that the Sidekicks are out of this game. I mean, I know it's 5-1, but the Sidekicks have been playing extremely well. They're down, they're down a man right now. I don't know. I just don't get this feeling like the Sidekicks are folding it up and hanging it up, hanging it up, Pete. I just have a confidence that they might be able to come back here.
Arthur Evo scoring the only goal of the game for the Sidekicks. The power play goal came at 4:04 of the third after Aligwe had scored twice and Lovegrove and Powell had both scored for Mesquite. Mitchell Cardenas with a power play goal in the third quarter for the Outlaws. Both goals in the third period came with the man advantage. Both teams came into the game without a power play goal. R.J. Lovano has been given 2 minutes for pushing. Ricardinho got 2 minutes for boarding. Quintana is in the penalty box right now, serving a 2-minute penalty for pushing. Rio Ramirez called for tripping, the only blue card shown to the Outlaws, and 3 of the 4 blue cards coming in a very physical third period.
Yeah, that third period definitely stepped up in the physicality department, and the cards started flowing. We talked about power play goals, said the team that can score their first one would get the win. Well, you know, they both got a couple of power play goals now, so.
Fourth quarter getting ready to start here at the Allen Event Center in a Boxing Day derby between the Dallas Sidekicks and the Mesquite Outlaws, the second of 4 meetings between these two neighborhood rivals. Cameron Brown will be kicking off for the Sidekicks, who will be shorthanded for another 1:20 to begin the fourth quarter. But they have the break of kicking off to begin the period so they can kill some of this penalty time off right off the bat.
And the Outlaws have a Leagueway, Lovegrove, Sean David, Ellis, and Mitchell Cardenas out. All guys, every one of those guys could score on the power play easily.
Gamboa, pressured by Lovegrove, is able to get it out to halfway, and Brown is taken down by Cardenas, who's called for the foul.
Cameron Brown with the Oscar winner, my friend. Barely any contact, but he got the foul because the referee was in the wrong position.
Dallas possessing, down a man. 1 minute remaining on the power play for the Outlaws as Cardenas approaches halfway. Finds Lovegrove. Lovegrove moves in. Ellis on the right wing side through the area, back to Lovegrove, to Cardenas. Cardenas scored a power play goal earlier. This effort is blocked.
Yes.
Cardenas again. Moves in. Brown from behind takes it away, but it's going to get called for the foul, and it'll be a restart at the top of the penalty arc.
Boy, that one, I thought that was pretty clean. He definitely got a piece of the man, but Cameron Brown, what a brilliant sliding tackle there. Man, I don't agree with this one at all, Pete. I know there was definitely contact between the two players. We might see the replay, we might not.
Cardenas approaches with the left foot right into the 3-man wall. It's scooped up by Gamboa. 23 seconds on the power play as Gamboa sends it all the way down. Lovegrove gets there, gets tangled up with Brown, and Brown is going to be whistled.
Yeah, I think Brown's going to be whistled for the dive. Lovegrove giving him the golf clap. Yeah, Jamie kicked the ball, and he just looked back at Cameron like, come on, man, seriously? And Cameron, I think his reputation precedes him on that call a little bit.
17 seconds remaining on the power play. Less than 14 minutes remaining in the game. Cardenas approaches halfway, gets it to Lovegrove, accelerates, and fires. Gamboa parries the ball to the corner. It's cleared, but only as far as Cardenas.
Great shot by Jamie from that left side. He loves that left side, man.
Quintana's out of the penalty box. We're even strength. Played back to Cortez. Up the middle for Sean David. Draws 2 defenders. Able to get it back to Ellis.
Great penalty kill by the Dallas Sidekicks.
Sidekicks had allowed 6 power play goals on 11 penalties coming into the game. 4 of those power plays came at Monterey. So they've done a pretty good job killing off penalties with the exception of that one match at Monterey.
Billy O'Dwyer running into Rio there.
And Mesquite is now 1 of 4 on the power play tonight. Ricardinho bats it right back to David. O'Dwyer will control for the Sidekicks. Sends it to Gamboa with less than 13 minutes remaining in the game. The Sidekicks down by 4. Gamboa delivers a long ball over the shoulder of O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer goes down in the corner, but he was untouched. No call. And getting spilled, crossing his own line by Ricardinho is Lee.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was gone. It's one of those things you got to let up on the guy. Brendan Lee draws the foul. And Ricardinho, it's almost like a payback for the previous play, but it's an easy call for the referee.
Cortez with a long ball for Vicmore Aligwe, who gets nudged from behind, and that'll draw a whistle.
Yeah. Well,
the foul is on Aguayo.
The referees are not letting them play now, Pete. They have reverse course at this time, and things that they weren't calling, they're now calling. So everybody has to adjust.
And that makes it tough when they've called the game one way and suddenly kind of change course. Jones races up the right side, moves into Dallas territory, and then loses possession. Milano has it for the Sidekicks. Wall pass from Aguayo. Milano gets it back to Gamboa. Milano fakes a pass left and goes right. Segura plays it back to Milano. Chip to Evo. Posting up Jones just outside the arc. Backheel pass to no one in particular, and that'll be cleared by Jones, but over the glass and out of play. Dallas will get a free kick from atop the penalty arc.
Yeah, Alex Milano and Artur Evo just not on the same page there. Evo just left it behind him, and Alex Milano wanted it to his feet so he could take the long shot.
Got a yellow card shown to Ricardinho.
He's going to go to the bin.
For 5 minutes. This will not be a power play. I'm assuming that's 5 minutes for dissent against Ricardinho.
That's what I would guess as well. We can't hear
Gamboa
what
was
they're
then barking at the Sidekick bench.
Yeah, we can't hear what they're saying. Yeah, delaying the restart.
Oh, a delay call.
Yeah.
Piedra finds Lipe, who shot his block by Otize. Did we get a handball?
Yeah, I think they're going to get a league way for a handball. Oh, no, 32. Sorry, Jamie Lovegrove got the handball.
3-man wall set up. Lovegrove and a league way now in a 2-man wall. Piedra behind the ball, approaches, sends it off the inboards, and it comes back to Lipe on the left wing side. Otize marking Lipe, gets it to Piedra. Now Cam Brown along the right wing boards, marked by Jones.
I don't remember the last time we saw Ricardinho in the sin bin twice.
Here's a shot from Piedra, blocked by Jones.
It's been a long time.
Otize comes out of his own end. Now Lovegrove crosses halfway. Unable to get around the defensive Evo. .45 to play in the fourth.
Good job by Cardenas.
Cardenas continues to pursue the ball. Now a double team on Piedra, who shakes off the defense, finds Lipe. Dallas with possession, less than 10.5 minutes to play. They trail by 4.
Oh, Leagueway stepped in front of that. Almost feels like a power play right now.
Mesquite content to let Dallas have the possession. Here's a shot that goes high over the crossbar. Cardenas gets the rebound off the Evo shot. He may have another opportunity, but Mike Jones takes it away. Jones on the counterattack, moves up the middle of the pitch. Jones cuts it to his left, and a one-touch goal, and it's a hat trick for Vic Moraligwe.
How about that? Mike Jones taking that ball all the way down, waited till the last minute, drew the defense, pushed it to the left side, one-timer, Vic Moraligwe. Great play by Mike Jones. My goodness, he's playing extremely well this season. Here we'll see the replay again, just running down, draws the defense, splits him, boom, one-timer, back of the net by Aligwe. Juan Gamboa tried to anticipate that ball, but just too much, too fast, too quick by Aligwe.
Aligwe with his third goal of the game, and it's a 5-goal lead for the Outlaws. It's their largest lead of the match.
Yeah, that's going to be a backbreaker, I think, Pete, for the Dallas Sidekicks. You see the heads down a little bit now.
They've had most of the possession, especially here in the fourth quarter, but the counterattack really hurting them.
And here's the top of the arc.
And Mesquite's been really good on the restarts.
It's a little bit undisciplined on the clearance there.
Piedra blazes to the right wing side for
Yeah.
Evo, who tugged on the tail of his shirt.
Sean Davis.
And he's going to mix it up here with Sean David a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and he gets the blue card.
They show the blue card to Evo.
Ricardinho still has not stopped yelling. Still, I've actually not seen Ricardinho yelling like this in a game. It's been a long time. He's saying to the referee in the box, the referee's trying to get him to calm down, and he has not stopped yet.
Aligwe now with 5 goals this season. The Outlaws with a 5-goal lead and possession. Right now, 2 players serving 5-minute penalties for the Sidekicks. In the corner, Aligwe. Gamboa knocks it down. Quintana trying to get it out of his own end. Turns it over. Cardenas has it.
And
Ellis.
Cody Ellis just went up and gave Cameron Brown a shot.
Aligwe, nice pass to Powell. Puts the shot on frame, but Gamboa makes the save.
Huge save by Juan Gamboa, left-footed, sliding downward. So impressive. Should have been a goal.
A battle along the boards, and the official stop play. Will have a drop with 8:54 to play in the fourth, and the Outlaws leading by 5. Again, the official stop play. I don't think that ball hit the ground.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, Quintana bought it. He caught it before it hit. I think referee is explaining to Quintana. Wow,
now a yellow
he got
card
the
to
yellow
Quintana.
card for dissent again. Goodness gracious.
It's going to get crowded in there.
Yeah, it is. And at this point, the Dallas Sidekicks, they're just kind of.
Well, they're imploding right
they're
now.
They're imploding completely. They're losing their cool. They have got to stop because this is going to get way out of hands here in a second if they don't calm down. And the Outlaws are just completely content to push every button. Look at Jamie Lovegrove still giving the golf clap. He just knows. He knows he's a veteran. He's been the face of the franchise for the Sidekicks for a long time. And he knows these players and knows what to say and how to push their buttons. And
the penalty box starting to look like a clown car right now.
You got 3 guys in there. You got your captain. You've got Quintana, who's arguably one of your better defenders, and Arthur Evo, one of your best forwards.
It's almost standing room only in there.
Yeah.
So the drop now complete, and the Outlaws have possession and a 5-goal lead. Well, with 3 guys serving 5-minute penalties, to say the least, the Sidekicks are shorthanded.
Yeah.
Lovegrove puts one into the corner seats, firing from the left wing.
Yeah, and the Sidekicks, this is going to be a tough loss for them. They've got to understand that they can't allow, especially this team like the Outlaws, into their kitchen. Right now they're cooking a Christmas dinner.
The Outlaws won the first meeting between these two teams 7-5. And on the scoreboard, they're dominating this one 6-1 with 8.5 minutes remaining. Brown defending Ellis. The wall pass to Cortez. Intercepted by Brown. He missed it.
Oh.
Had a wide open net, and Brown misfires wide left.
Goodness gracious, you got to feel bad for
and
Cameron
then takes
Brown.
down Ellis. Brown completely frustrated.
Oh, man. Wide open net. Missed it. And actually, I think Vigmore is getting called here, not Brown. Yeah. Oh, Cody Ellis is getting the foul. And you see a little misplay. Good job here pushing up. Cameron Brown. Oh, man, if he'd have just taken one more touch.
He just needed to take his time. He had plenty of time. Kind of rushed it and missed it wide left. Had a wide open net. So the officials have stopped play here in the fourth quarter, taking a timeout with 8:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Outlaws leading 6-1. The Outlaws scored the first 4 goals of the game. And
And they're
have
still
never trailed.
Sorry, Pete. They're still discussing the previous play. The referees are. I'm not sure what exactly they're discussing, but, you know, oh, my goodness. You got the whole – every Sidekicks player right now is up against the glass that's in the bin screaming at the referees. They got to be careful at this point. All three of them got up and started yelling at the referees.
The referees are supposed to be able to go into that referee crease and have peace and quiet, but not when there's three guys in the penalty box. They're able to bark at you while you're in that referee crease.
You got Artur Evo reaching around. You've got Ricardinho's trying to push our man Jack aside to reach through the hole, the little talking hole. Oh, man, it's getting ugly down there.
Aligwe has scored 3 goals. Jamie Lovegrove scored a goal. Anthony Powell is on the score sheet. Mitchell Cardenas with a power play goal. The only goal for Dallas came from Artur Evo on the power play at 4:04 the third. He scored that goal to make it 4-1 Outlaws, but the Outlaws have responded with a power play goal of their own and then an even strength goal from Aligwe, assisted by Jones. Jones and Otize have the only assist in the game. They both assisted on an Aligwe goal.
So Jennifer Garner is the assistant referee, and she is still talking with the Sidekicks that are on the bench. And, I mean, they've not stopped talking to her since they've gone in.
Right now the officials have their hands full. So do the Sidekicks. They're down 6-1 in the fourth quarter. Simone Bozes and the officials in a long conversation now. Tattoo and Sagu had a brief conversation with the officials. And Simone Bozes seemed satisfied with whatever explanation he got from the officials as they tried to sort out all of the paperwork here. The Outlaws lead 6-1 with 8:13 remaining in the game. The MASL podcast returns for this season. Join us as we talk to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and take you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast on Apple Podcast. You're watching the Sidekicks on MASL TV. Catch every game each week of the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. Cardenas with the header at his own line. It'll be a free kick for Mesquite as Lovegrove is down along the boards.
Yeah,
Aguayo called for the foul.
Ray Aguayo. Again, another easy call. The Sidekicks, they've just kind of lost themselves at this point. They're very, very undisciplined. The guys that are in the Sunbin are even being undisciplined, Pete. I mean,
Powell sends one across the face of goal. It goes to Lovegrove. Lovegrove back heels it, but couldn't get it to Cardenas, and here comes Dallas on a counterattack. Evo up the right wing board, sends it across the face of the goal, and it comes to the left wing for Hernandez. Hernandez has seen limited playing time here in the second half.
Yeah.
Milano off the bench and into the game, replacing Evo. As the Sidekicks make changes, D'Souza's back on. This is O'Dwyer with some fancy footwork, but not able to get around Powell. Tried to push Powell off the ball. Lovegrove battling for possession. O'Dwyer wins it. O'Dwyer plays it off the inboards into the middle of the area. They're trying to get it past Cortez, but nothing doing. The goalkeeper clamps down on it.
Great job there by the goalkeeper, Cortez. Man, he just plucked that out of the air. Was completely out of position, too.
Aligwe spun off his feet, and it'll be a free kick for the Outlaws. They'll call D'Souza for the foul.
Yeah, again, contact there, but not a call that they called at the beginning of the game, Pete. You know, that one a little bit dicey.
What they might have let go early, they're calling now. Cortez will signal for a timeout.
There you go.
With 6:39 to play. The Outlaws take the timeout. We still have, 2 players in the penalty box right now serving 5-minute penalties for Dallas?
Yeah, Artur Evo got out. And
Ricardinho and
they're finally finally calmed down though, Pete. they're not screaming anymore, so that's good.
I think they're just resigned to the fact that they're stuck there for the time being.
They're not going to talk their way out of it.
And things are not going the Sidekicks' way. And they haven't since the first minute.
No.
Vic Moraligwe struck 1 minute into the game, and it's been all Outlaws ever since. Even though, as we pointed out, the Sidekicks probably have had more possession. They just haven't done much with it when they've had it.
Yeah, I mean, coming out of the first period, they were down 3-0, but you didn't feel like the Sidekicks were out of it at all. In fact, I thought they had a chance to come back. Kind of a quiet second period for the Sidekicks, and the Outlaws scored once from Anthony Powell. And then the third was, my goodness, dominated all Mesquite. And the Sidekicks, they got that one from Artur Evo in the third, but it just has been all Mesquite.
So it'll be goalkeeper distribution for Cortez as play resumes following the timeout that comes with 6:39 to play in the fourth, and the Outlaws on top of the Sidekicks, 6-1. Yeah. And you wonder if Simone Bozes will go to a sixth attacker.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'm not sure it's worth it.
Right.
You're down 5. Off the wall to Sean David, who turns on it, puts it in front. It's now 7-1.
There's Rio Ramirez.
Rio, assisted by David, has given the Outlaws a 6-goal lead.
Yeah, and Sean David did a great job just holding that ball up. He drew the defender to him, and Rio came running in, flying in from the left side up from the defender position. Great job. Well, you know what? Was it Rio or was it David? Or Brendan Lee? That's a Brendan Lee goal. I apologize, folks. Sean David over. Yeah, it's Brendan Lee. That's right. Brendan Lee, that's his first goal as a rookie. Congratulations, Brendan Lee. My apologies, folks. Some of these numbers, some of the times, they look the same. The SMU
Tattoo's got to be pretty satisfied with what he's seen unfold here.
Yeah.
The Outlaws up by 6, leading 7-1. The Outlaws will improve to 2-2, and both wins coming at the expense of the Dallas Sidekicks. Gamboa pushes forward.
Gamboa is so good with his feet. I don't know why they don't do this more often at the end of the games. Just use him as the sixth attacker.
Cortez easily handles it. Benning sends it ahead. Inside the Dallas line to Powell, to Benning. Gamboa slides to his right to make the save. Dallas gets it cleared. Cardenas has it in the center circle for the Outlaws.
And Ricardinho's finally out of the sin bin.
We're down to one guy left in there, and that's Quintana.
Yeah.
3 yellow cards showing the Sidekicks here in the fourth quarter. Cardenas trying to settle the ball. Heads it to Jones, who heads it toward midfield. Intercepted there by Segura.
Nice
Here
tackle
comes
by
Powell.
Cardenas there.
Officials say play on as Benning went down. And now a foul called. Lipe draws the whistle. Benning gets called for his first.
Clark's laughing because that whistle was about 8 minutes late. My goodness. The ball was long gone.
Here's the free kick. Ricardinho with a back heel pass to Gamboa. Trapped by Cameron Brown. Finds Ricardinho, who runs up on the ball and turns it over to Sean David. They both came up together as youngsters with the Sidekicks. Ricardinho once again not happy with the whistle as he's called for the foul, bringing Aligwe to the turf.
I agree that was not a foul, actually. I do agree with him on this one. Aligwe just spun to the ground. He wasn't barely even touched. Not a good call. Here you can see Aligwe. Just the back of his foot there, but it was, he got the ball, possession of the ball. Again, a call that wasn't called in the first half.
Aligwe's got it up the right wing boards, poked away from behind. Now Evo taken off the ball by Aligwe. Ellis controls for the Outlaws.
Good tracking
and
back
Aligwe
by
will go to the bench.
Yeah.
Looking for a whistle here, none coming.
Not going to get it.
Cortez launches one into the seat.
Goodness.
And immediately he starts berating himself for a poor play.
And what was that you said that Sagu said before the game?
Needs to work on his distribution. There's an example. And there is no glass at his home arena, so that's a really poor play.
Yeah. He's definitely getting used to the indoor game.
Piedra feeds it to the right wing side, and then it comes over to Lipe. Back to Piedra. Piedra looks at the goal, finds Brown in front. Brown puts it right in the gut of Cortez. And then Brown.
Yeah.
It's called. I think that's a handball call.
It was a handball, and he's frustrated. But, Mike Jones, boy, beautiful job sliding over with that block, blocking a surefire. There's Cortez and MJ. I think what Brown is saying, he thought Cortez was out. He was not out of the box. It was close.
Tease fires, but Gamboa shows his good hands and handles a shot that had plenty of pace.
Yeah, Mike Jones had a really good night defensively and offensively.
Not many Outlaws that haven't had a good night here.
Yeah, good point.
And we see Duarte in the game. He has not played much, if at all, prior to this. A header sent in front by Mugen, knocked down and controlled by Cortez.
Yeah, good try from Mugen. It was a difficult angle, but he actually got it on goal.
Lovegrove defends. Milano trying for the give and go, intercepted by Duarte. He'll just play that one out into space. Gamboa gets there for Dallas, sends it to the corner. Mugen posting up there. Mugen backing in is grabbed and mugged, and a free kick coming for the Sidekicks.
Yeah, Duarte just grabs him and pulls him down. That's an easy call for the referee.
Nobody's going to protest that one with 2:45 to play. Katana still waiting to come out of the penalty box, serving a 5-minute for a yellow card. Free kick, Ricardinho. In front, and there's a goal.
There's
Freddie Mugen puts it in. Off the restart, Ricardinho gets the assist with 2:43 to play. It's the second goal of the game for the Sidekicks. They still trail by 5, down 7-2 with 2:43 to play.
It's a garbage goal, but Freddie Mugen, he'll take it, right? And you can see him kind of wincing a little bit. Still coming off that injury. And Ricardinho with the restart kind of quickly slides it, and Freddie Mugen, boom, back of the net.
That was only the second shot of the fourth quarter for Dallas, which has been outshot 28-21.
Mugen roofed it. Nice shot.
That's the first even strength goal for Dallas tonight. Their other goal was an Evo tally on the power play. Lee on the ball now for the Outlaws. They're just trying to kill the remaining 2:15. The Outlaws lead 7-2. It started with an Aligwe goal 1 minute in, and then Lovegrove scored on a restart at 5:38 of the first. Aligwe would tally again to give the Outlaws a 3-0 lead through one period. Lee doesn't catch this one cleanly, and here come the Sidekicks on a counterattack. Cameron Brown fires, and that one goes high off the fingertips of Cortez, who finally corrals it. Gets it out to Aligwe. Aligwe being defended by Hernandez, who's called for the foul. Aligwe shoves Hernandez. The two exchange words. 1:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. Anthony Powell scored at 11:27 of the second to give the Outlaws a 4-0 lead into halftime. Evo scored the power play goal for Dallas at 4:04 of the third. They were down 4-1. That's as close as they would get. Cardenas would score a power play goal. Aligwe would score an even strength goal assisted by Mike Jones at 5:05 of the fourth. Lee has added a goal assisted by Sean David at 8:39 of the fourth. And Freddie Mugen just scored off the Ricardinho restart at 12:16. Cardenas with the free kick sent in the direction of Jamie Lovegrove, who has it at the Dallas line. Double teamed. Gets past the defender into the corner. Moves in. Gamboa stops him but leaves the goal open. Turning on it is Aligwe. Can't get it on frame. Dallas clears it out to Brown. The Sidekicks on the counterattack have numbers. A shot goes wide of Cortez. The shot coming from Lipe, and a blue card being shown here as Brown writhes on the ground in pain. 1:13 remaining in the fourth. The training staff being summoned. Brown needs the attention. Going to the penalty box is Rio Ramirez. Ramirez with the penalty. It comes with 1:13 to play. And Brown getting the attention of the training staff. The Sidekicks down by 5. Into the closing moments of this game. Juan Rios is the trainer for the Sidekicks. Doc Desai is the team doctor. Brown limping. Lipe's been shown a red card. Oh, pardon me. Vicmore Aligwe? Vicmore Aligwe was shown the red card. Well, maybe the third time we'll get this right. It's Lee who's been shown the red card. So Brendan Lee is done for the night. It's all academic at this point, but Dallas is going to have to put somebody in the penalty box. A minute 13 remaining. The Outlaws lead 7-2. Tattoo getting informed. Ricardinho comes over there to help out. And it's going to be Aligwe. I thought it would be Aligwe who's going to go into the penalty box and serve this penalty for the Outlaws. So Aligwe serving the penalty for Lee, who got the red card following the blue. And now Piedra gets the free kick. Dallas is on the power play, but only a minute 13 remaining, and they're down by 5, trailing 7-2. Gamboa basically serving as the sixth attacker, coming forward, chases this one into the center circle, arcs one off the glass. Piedra not able to control it after getting the header from Lipe, and now Cardenas goes for the open goal, misses wide left. Gamboa retreating, the rebound comes out to Evo, 42 seconds remaining. Evo crosses halfway. Mesquite back on defense. Piedra. Evo faces the goal. Lovegrove with the block. Less than 24 seconds remaining now as Piedra plays it to Lipe on the right wing. Comes back to Piedra. 17 seconds remaining. Still need a shot on this power play. Into the area, it skips past Brown, who appears to be okay. He went out after getting attention from the training staff earlier. Piedra to Brown. Brown tees it up, puts it in front, looking for Mujin. Time runs out. The Outlaws have beaten the Sidekicks and now lead the all-time series 2-0 after winning the first meeting 7-5 in Mesquite. They come to the Allen Event Center tonight and defeat the Dallas Sidekicks 7-2. Outshooting Dallas 28-22, 9-3 in the fourth period. It was 3-0 at the end of the first, 4-0 at halftime, 5-1 at the end of the third, and 7-2 at the end of the game. Vicmore Aligwe opened the scoring 1 minute in, and the Outlaws never looked back. Jamie Lovegrove scored on a restart at 5:38 of the first. Aligwe would score his second goal at 9:54 of the first, even strength, assisted by Otize, before Anthony Powell would score at 11:27 of the second to give the Outlaws the 4-0 halftime lead. Arthur Evo would score the first goal of the second half, and it was the Sidekicks' first power play goal of the season to make it 4-1, but that is as close as the Sidekicks would come. Mitchell Cardenas scored on a power play, the first ever power play goal for the Mesquite Outlaws after they had gone 0 for 5 with the man advantage coming into the game tonight. Cardenas gets the power play goal at 6:48 of the third to give the Outlaws a 5-1 lead. Jones would assist Aligwe at 5:05 of the fourth to make it 6-1. Then David assisted Lee at 8:39 to make it 7-1. And Freddie Mujin capped the scoring with a goal for the Sidekicks off a Ricardinho restart. 7-2 the final. The Outlaws defeat the Sidekicks. The Sidekicks ended up with Lovano getting booked for a push. Ricardinho got booked for boarding. Quintana got a blue card for pushing. Then Ricardinho got a delay of the game yellow card. Evo got a blue card for holding. Quintana got a yellow for dissent. Meanwhile, Ramirez got a blue card for tripping for Mesquite twice and eventually got a red card and was sent out as he got 2 blues leading to the red. But by that time, the game had been decided, and the Outlaws come away with a 7-2 victory as they defeat the Dallas Sidekicks. So Mesquite winning both of these meetings, including the Boxing Day Derby here at Allen Event Center. We'll visit with the man of the match here momentarily. Matt Thornton will be talking to one of the players from tonight's contest. The Outlaws outshooting the Sidekicks 28-22. The Outlaws blocked 9 shots. Sidekicks had 6 block shots. $18 penalty minutes assessed to Dallas.
Yes, sir.
4 for the Outlaws. 25 fouls called against the Sidekicks. 18 fouls called against the Outlaws. Dallas was 1 for 2 on the power play. The Outlaws finished 1 for 4. Here's Matt Thornton.
Fans, welcome to your man of the match, Arthur Evo. Let's hear it for Arthur. Arthur, I know not the result you necessarily wanted. You had a goal, though. Talk about your game tonight.
We worked really hard. Unfortunately, things didn't go the way we wanted. We got behind the 8 ball early, and it's hard to chase a game, especially with a team that has a lot of speed.
Yeah. And, you know, crosstown rivals, I mean, most of these guys you played together for years. How odd is it playing against guys like Jamie Lovegrove, Vicmore Aligwe?
I mean, it's odd, but it's part of the game. You know, guys move teams, and it happens. You know, we have friends in the other team, but when we get on the field, it's friendships are done. You know, we just play.
Awesome, I hear it. Hey, how was your Christmas?
It was good. Thank you. How about you?
Awesome, great Christmas. Hey, Arthur Evo, your player, your man of the match. All right, back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Arthur Evo scoring the first goal of the game for the Dallas Sidekicks, and it was their first power play goal of the season. That came at 4:04 of the third period. The Outlaws coming away with a 7-2 victory tonight. They're now 2-2, and Dallas not able to follow up their first win of the season as they beat Kansas City here on Sunday, but suffer the loss here tonight and fall to 1-5 on the campaign. Vicmore Oligwe with a hat trick tonight. And let's go down to Matt Thornton.
Hi, Matt Thornton here with DallasSidekicks.com. The Mesquite Outlaws man of the match, Vicmore Oligwe, the hat trick. Man, it sounds a little weird saying Mesquite Outlaw, Vicmore Oligwe.
Yeah, it was a little weird walking in the locker room and having to go to the backside. So, but that's what it is. So.
Well, you certainly have scored a lot of goals in this arena. You scored 3 tonight. How weird is it to play against some of these guys that you played with for so long?
It's a bit different. Obviously, we've played against them the first game of the season. So, we've already gotten that, first game out of the way. So, we're professionals. This is what we know how to do. So we just come out here and try to put a game for the fans.
Yeah, and many people consider you the premier target man in the league, scoring flurry. How many more are you going to get this season?
However many I can get, I'm just going to try to score as many as I can to give my team a good chance of winning. Every game, I'm just going to try to work hard for my team.
Awesome. Well, hey, Vicmore Oligwe, Mesquite Outlaws man of the match. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you. Back to you guys.
Vicmore Oligwe now with 5 goals on the season, and Mesquite now 2-2 with a +5 goal differential. The Sidekicks falling to 1-5. They're now -29 in goal differential, and they've got Monterey coming up Sunday. Let's take a look at the goal of the match, and this was a beauty of a goal. It made it 4-0 in favor of the Outlaws. This is Anthony Powell moving to his right and finding the far side netting as he beats Gamboa to give the Outlaws a 4-0 lead as they scored the first 4 goals of the game and went to the locker room at halftime up 4-0. They also got a great performance tonight from Eduardo Cortez. Their goaltender is turning some heads. He's become an excellent keeper. He had an .846 save percentage tonight, including that stop from point-blank range, and he bats it away as the Outlaws had great performances at both ends of the floor tonight as they play great defense and get the 3 goals from Vicmore Oligwe. And they defeat Dallas tonight in impressive fashion and now lead the all-time series 2-0, winning both at home and now winning at the Allen Events Center as they defeat the Sidekicks. And this game was never really in doubt. Mesquite took control of it early on and never looked back. Cortez finishing the night with 11 saves and picked up the one of the stars of the game tonight. He was the second star, Oligwe the first star, and the third star was Mitchell Cardenas, who got the first power play goal in Mesquite Outlaw history. For Matt Thornton, I'm Pete Stein. Thanks for watching the Dallas Sidekicks on MASL TV. Remember, coming up Sunday at, coming up Saturday at 7 o'clock, it is the Sidekicks once again in action against the Monterey Flash. The Flash had a tough time here earlier this season. They were in a 5-5 tie in the fourth quarter, ended up winning that game 10-6. They have also beaten the Sidekicks 14-1 in Monterey this year. The Flash atop the Western Conference standings, and they'll be here at the Allen Event Center for a 7 o'clock kickoff, and we'll have the coverage for you. Again, thanks for watching the MASL on MASL TV.